Lawmakers are back to work in Washington today with a full agenda.
Avoiding a government shutdown is at the top of the list, but both Democrats and Republicans are pushing for the release of more government files tied to the late Jeffrey Epstein, charged with sex trafficking minors.
NBC's Vaughn Hilliard has the latest from Washington.
The House will be in order.
Lawmakers back on Capitol Hill with a big to-do list. Only 14 days to avoid a government shutdown. First, tackling the issue that rocked MAGA world, the Jeffrey Epstein files. Survivors of the convicted sex offender meeting with lawmakers. And today, Republican Thomas Massie and Democrat Ro Khanna filing a motion to push House Speaker Mike Johnson to hold a vote forcing the Department of Justice to release all documents related to Epstein.
This is a good test of whether Republicans actually care about the Epstein files, or whether they're just talking, or whether they're just supporting the president no matter what.
Republican and Democratic lawmakers also wanting answers over the chaos gripping the Centers for Disease Control and confusion over new rules for the COVID vaccine, after Health and Human Services Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr. pushed out Susan Menares less than a month after her confirmation. 4 agency leaders stepped down after the firing.
America's public health is significantly in danger, and Dimitri, Dan, and I chose to leave together to send that bat signal, essentially.
Kennedy, a vocal vaccine skeptic, is scheduled to testify on Capitol Hill this week. President Trump now challenging pharmaceutical companies to show data on how successful the COVID vaccine is, alarming scientists who say vaccines are safe and effective.
I worked in the prior Trump administration, and we didn't have this issue, and President Trump was the one who launched the COVID vaccines.
All this as the Trump administration deals with the series of legal setbacks. A federal judge over the weekend determining that the administration's use of the National Guard and the Marines in Los Angeles violated federal law because they were used for civilian law enforcement purposes. Another appeals court made the determination that most of the president's unilateral tariffs were illegal. And in the 11th hour this weekend, another federal judge determined that the anticipated deportation of hundreds of Guatemalan children must be put on hold. One aircraft that had some of those children on board was forced to turn around. In Washington, Vaughn Hilliard, NBC News.